Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do a crowdfunded book called Immortal Rising Vol.1 by Aaron C. and Jose Garcia. I got this a while ago and I just read it a moment ago, and there is a lot that I like. There's also a lot that I dislike. And I want to talk about that. So without further ado, let's dive in. Also, we have a map of, what does it say? The world of Terra. I believe this is a typo because in the book people talk about the world of Terra with a double R. And so I believe this is a typo, but small thing. Anyway, so these are the people that worked on that. Also by graphic design by Chris Fisk. I know Chris, he had his own book. I talked about his book a while ago. And he's doing great work. Also like the logo. I have to talk with Chris about doing my logo, but hopefully he has the time. So what is this? This is I believe a fantasy world that is on Earth called Terra. I believe. The problem with this book for me is there's a lot of things that confuses me. But before we go in, we go through the story a little bit here and there, and then I'm going to talk about the things that I like and talk about the things that I think can be improved. Could be better. Maybe that's the word. Anyway, so it seems that the story is about a group of rangers that is going to boar hunting, and they are being, selected by, I don't know, the king's card, or I don't know who these people are, but because there's some kind of a festival coming up with princes and princesses, and this main guy is in love with this girl, right? Okay. And then we go to, I believe this is the king or the prince. It's a little bit unclear. And he's more concerned about fashion and the festival than about anything else. And he also has a brother. And I thought immediately this guy's some kind of an assassin, which he's not. He's just his brother. And I don't know why he just looks like a spooky assassin. I mean, if he is the king's brother, why doesn't he look like someone that is, royalty, clothing and royalty and all that stuff, which is a little bit odd to me. And that's one of the major problems that I had with this book. Why, it sometimes a lot of things doesn't make any sense. What makes, well, not much sense is the art of Jose Garcia. I'm a big fan of his work. He has a great sense of, detail, design, and it all looks really, really good and fantastic. Although sometimes his art can be a little bit unreadable, a little bit too overcomplicated sometimes. But overall, I like his work a lot. Also, the colors are very nice. And so yeah, this girl is talking to this guy, and he says he's not really too happy that royalty is coming with them for the boar hunts because, well, he thinks he has to babysit them, right? And although they are being selected to exactly do that, right? So why complain? He says, I'm not sure I want to hunt with someone with perfume and no skills. And then she makes jokes here and there, and it seems that these two are really hitting it off, which is nice. I love the romantic and the goofiness between these two. They make jokes, they have fun with each other. I like that, right? And but there's something going on later in the book. So yeah, as you can see, they are really liking each other. Meanwhile, royalty comes here, and they are getting ready for the hunt, right? So they say, we're making good time, Your Highness. The dire boar territory is past the usual hunting grounds. And I didn't know it would take this long. I thought you were the best. I still have to get ready for the ball. And then they are talking about what's going on, right? Said, Did you say you can't wait for the ball, Your Highness? Well, that's exactly what he just said. Having a nice, classy yet revealing dress, mate. Maybe lacy corset and sensible shoes. Yes, kindly, Hunter. The ball, the Duchess of Ariel will be bringing her daughters. They are both rich and beautiful. And so it goes, right? And now they are on the verge of where the hunting grounds begin, right? And skipping it. And then we go to, I don't know, the guy, the evil lair guys. I don't know. He's probably the bad guy and he's looking for something, I guess. And then he's getting some kind of a notification that a ruby that's missing is now found on Terra. So I believe, okay, Terra is then the planet and these guys are not from that planet. And we're getting introduced to a sexy young woman called Empress Tilixmon of Bamanite Empire, and she was instructed as a cleric to Baman in the high. Okay, why is a empress being elected as a cleric? That doesn't make any sense to me. If you are an empress, why do you need to be selected for being a cleric? That seems weird. I mean, it's the same if the king of the Netherlands, my king, is suddenly also being anointed as an auto mechanic, repairing cars, which doesn't make any sense because he's a king. I don't know, maybe I'm just missing something, right? And they all talk about the pillars of destruction. I don't know what that is. A subversive passive principles empowers her to a peak in her religious sect and the military elite of the empire. As the sect's holy matron, her immediate extermination of all who opposed her will made her a legend. For all of her magic and machinations as the prevailing high priestess, her mortal power is given by another's will. I'm a simple guy. What does that mean? Giving her powers by another will. Does that mean the people gave her the power to do so? I don't know. What does that mean? Anyway, so she gets a message from this guy, I guess. And she says, hey, what's up, master? My ruby power has been used on the planet Terra. My ruby must be found at any cost. It exists. Who would dare to wield it? Okay. So this guy has then lost the ruby for reasons. How did you lose it and why? I don't know. More questions, right? But it seems important. All right, I go along with that, and then she has also a nosebleed for probably, I don't know, intrusive thoughts by this guy. And then she says, "Fleet commanders, gather your troops and ships. We are invading Terra." I like that. I also like the backgrounds here. That is actually panels with buttons. What I do not like is that with a lot of modern comics, there's a lot of computer screens with nothing on it. Why? There's so much detail in this comic and you have nothing on the computer screens. There's no information, there's no data, there's no images, imagery, pictures, nothing. It's just all blank. That's so weird. Then we're moving on to a church that is, or a cathedral that is unfinished called Andrulik. Exactly that. And it seems that neophyte Muhammad is now being, I don't know, how do you say, anointed? Is that how you say it? Being, he's getting into the church, right? He's being now a part of the church. He's now being selected by the church. And, right. Okay, so there's some kind of a ritual here and there, and he is getting appointed as I don't know, he's a priest or a savior or whatever. He also killed Dracula, by the way. And I thought to myself, wait, what? Dracula? Dracula's in this universe too? And there's a lot of going on, which means there is all these fantasy creatures. So I believe Terra is still Earth, but I maybe not. And there's fantasy creatures like zombies, werewolves, vampires. That's okay, but it's not really, doesn't matter. Let's move on. So yeah, spaceships coming to that medieval town. I'm doing something similar, but then totally different. And so this woman, this priest cleric, is saying, "Our master's will is to find his ruby, or any trace of it. The wielder of the ruby is able to cloak themselves from detection." What does that mean? So that big important ruby, that power is only be used for invisibility? That's the whole thing, or can it do more? Or do you say it that if you are wields this ruby, then the owner of that ruby or the wielder of the ruby, of the person that found the ruby, cannot be detected? Is that what you're trying to say to me? Probably. Anyway, we must find the ruby. Okay. So more talking. Okay, and she's talking to the dragon guard. It's probably gonna invade the Earth, the Terra. I mean, meanwhile, our bunch of heroes and are talking about, sitting at the campfire, and so this girl says, "Hey, did you get your poop back, or called toiletries back?" And so cloaky guy here says, "No, I don't have it." "Well, you can have mine." So basically, he's being made fun of by his brother and also this hunter, right? And he doesn't like that at all. And he says, "You forget yourself, Ranger. I'm not my brother. I don't enjoy windy banner." So the girl says, "Hey, I come with you while I'm doing a lookout." So basically, it's more like he needs to poop, and she's looking out. But then, oh no, the boar is coming, and he says, "I could warn her. I could get credit for spotting it, but I want them to pay." This is what I like immediately. I think this scheming and scamming of this guy, so it's probably a very petty guy, but it comes a little bit out of the blue that he is, "Oh no, I'm being made fun of, so therefore they need to pay." It would be a little bit nicer or better if he is being a scumbag from the beginning, but the way he talks to his brother was more like, "Hey, we're just brothers." But it seems that he is just also a petty guy. Not really problematic, but it's more like nitpicking for me. So the boar is attacking the girl, and she is she's wounded. So the ranger says, "Laurie, what's happening?" And they are attacking the boar, right? And the boar is gigantic. And what I didn't know is that our is this the prince or the king? He has magic powers, and the brother too, and they're shooting at the boar, I guess, right? And the boar is getting pissed off, so he's using the arrow, shoots him in his face, boar dies. Cool, I like that. Simple, to the point, great. Meanwhile, this sexy cleric is also. Let me go back. Who's also an empress, is now readying the attack, and then we get a little bit more exposition about things about. Oh yeah, they're talking about what is Locustus. I've seen it word through the book. Still, I have read the book. I do not know what Locustus is. So deep within the planet of Terra, a hiding secret stirs. The last piece of the heart of Locustus beats, calling out to the souls he had created. It calls for protection. So my question is then, is Locustus, is that a god? Is that the universe? Is that a Milky Way? Is that the heart of the planet? I do not know. And you can say, well, maybe it's getting revealed in this book. No, it's not getting revealed. Therefore, I have still more questions. And then there's a green flash, and it seems that they are now somewhere else, this party, and they are being split up, but they don't know where they are. Meanwhile, Laurie is wounded, and he screams to the royalty people, "Help me and bandage your wounds and make a stretcher." And he says, "I don't know how to do that." And then just stay back if you're useless. Okay, here. Hero stepped back, so he's probably angry. Come on, Laurie, don't leave me. So he tries to save her, right? And then he's bending. He heals her, well, to a certain degree. That's the best I can do with what I got. We need to get to a healer. Where are we? I don't know. Can see the stars, and this is the part of the forest I recognize. So this guy says, I didn't know it would be so bloody. I've never seen a body broken. So I thought to myself, okay, maybe he has remorse of doing that because maybe he's a spoiled rich kid and, he's petty, but now that he's done something bad, he finds remorse. Maybe, but we come back to that a little bit later. Anyway, so they need to move the body, right? And he says, I go past the tree and find some stars. Maybe we can figure out where we are. He said, we need a campfire. Can you two do that? But then he's just this shadow guy is whining about what did I do to deserve this water? This is so unfair. So basically, he is not. He doesn't feel remorse. He's just, oh man, I need to deserve better, right? Stuff like that. Well, his brother, who is more like the fashion type, is actually trying to help, which I like. So, and then we see this gorgeous looking piece here, and it seems that they are somewhere unknown, right? But then, oh no, zombies are coming, right? And so Shadow Guy says, let's go. But the girl, it's a soldier's honor to die. Come on. I won't curse her to that fate, brother. Brother, get down here. Don't leave me. I'm not. I can cast from up here. So yeah, this piece of shit is a coward. So he attacks the zombie, but then, oh no, the girl is getting eaten by the zombie. And then, a fight breaks out. But then we have this mysterious guy, which is this guy, right? And he's just, I don't know, attacking. And this is a little bit confusing. What's happening here? So this is the part of the hammer. Is he blinding the zombie and then ripping in two? So Ranger guy says, no, Laurie. And then, oh no, it's too late. Laurie is dead. Which surprised me. I mean, she was already been hurt. And I thought she is going to be an important member because she is undercover. Most of these people on undercover, they are important. But now she is not only wounded, but she also being dead. So double unlucky, I guess, right? And so he feels very bad for her. But immediate shifting in tone, which is one of my complaints. So this guy calls it, this is the Muhammad guy, that from the church. And he says, I'm sorry for your loss. What did he say? Hey, help me out here with the magic. I said, wait, what? Are you just, I don't know, maybe attending to your dead girlfriend instead of, speaking in this way? So I believe Shadow Guy does the magic and now they can understand each other. And he says, hey, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm a healer from the holy city of Northgard. Northgard? Okay. Sent to the retribution to our wicked undead overlords. What is with the point years? You closed our O2. Who are you? What do you mean? I'm an elf. I thought elves were tiny imaginary creatures who live in the woods and fly around with little bug wings. We're not on Alfheim, are we? I do not know where Alfheim is. You are in West Vandal of the lands of Duke Voridar. Only humans, lizardmen, undead, and werewolves live here. So I think the Aaron, the writer, should have redirected this conversation to maybe the why am I forgetting? The people that are important, the king or the prince, instead of this guy that's supposed to be grieving for his girlfriend, like, I don't know, here, instead of, it doesn't matter. So he says, I'm the prince. Oh, okay, basically he is a prince. And he says, where are we? This is Terra, the world mostly ruled by the undead and werewolves. Okay, and then we have this exposition that this was destroyed by Dracula, curse of the eternal night, and brought the sun back. Daybreak was 5 days ago. I'm on a quest to help free humanity. I like that, So it seems that this world was covered in darkness, which is really weird. So if this is Terra, and it was covered in darkness, then why is this? Why do we have, I don't know, sunlight here? Does that mean, and I'm just filling in what I think it is, does that mean they are in the past, maybe? Right? Otherwise, this should be also covered in darkness. Am I right or am I wrong? I don't know. Anyway, so what is this? You said you were a healer, right? Can you save her? And but her throat has been torn off. He says, no, I'm sorry. I'm not able to, and my church is a month away. And he says, I was following a group of zombies. They attacked the farm a day from here. And he says, okay, we have to bury her. And then they bury her, which looks really nice, I must say. The art is gorgeous. It's a shame. I love Laurie. That's a big word. I like Laurie as a character. But suddenly I think this is too soon, in my opinion, right? Or maybe she's coming back to life in another volume. I do not know. But then we also have a side mission or side story about the Knights of Localist, which is these two, I guess. And these are gods called Listo and Erickson, and they are in hell, which makes it even more confusing. And they are speaking about Baron Sabis for assisting Baman, the Blue Priestess world, I guess. And there's zombies here, I guess, and they are concealing themselves before the forces of hell are finding them. I'm so confused. It looks great, by the way, right? This all looks great. And so they are attacking the forces of hell. I find it weird that you use the word whoosh while ripping into demons and flesh and maiming and all that stuff. This is probably not the right lettering that I would have used, but that's me. And then he says, Baron, you cannot avoid my wrath. Appear before me now, he says. And then the Baron comes, which is a big dude. And he says, there you are. He attacks, slices into his chest. And he says, oh no, you may have stopped me, but you never defeat Baymain. And cuts off his head. And that's it. So this big battle is just over in 1 second. With the Baron's destruction, the creations crack and become no more. Okay. Wow. And then it seems that the two gods are in communication with something on Earth, also on Terra. And I believe these are the forces of Baman, right? The alien forces are invading Earth from the spaceship. I could be, unless I just, it's not really explained, but that's what I'm guessing. Terra, planet Terra in our home system of Locutus. So I still don't know what Locutus is. More questions, right? Okay. So the other brother says, in addition, a major reality shift have happened. A new Bamanite invasion tactic. Sire, an unknown number of beings and creatures has been magically transported to Terra. It doesn't appear so. It looks completely random, sire, and it has the power signature of Locutus. That's strange. I don't know what Locutus is. How is that strange? Tell me what it is. And then, I don't know. The last piece of Locutus' hearts may be found, and it's surrounded by Bamanites. So, wait a minute. And then we have this, which looks really cool. So, okay, what do I think of this? It's too confusing. That's my bottom line. The art is great. I'm invested in these two. Also invested in this brother and the prince, and maybe even in this church guy with the demons and the monsters. But it's too much. We have the prince. We have his brother. We have this guy. She is dead. This new guy comes up. We have alien invasions, right? We have this priestess, empress that is a cleric. we have this evil guy, which I don't know what he wants, but he talks about the ruby. What is the ruby? What does it do? Why is it important? And then we have, oh no, they're being transported to somewhere else, and there is zombies, and then we have this, the heart of Locutus, whatever that is. And it talks about souls, and it calls for protection. What does that mean? I do not know. And then we have gods fighting in hell, which creates even more questions, right? There's just too much. And like I said, she's died too quickly. So the problem with a lot of modern writing, maybe I shouldn't say that, with writers is they want to cram in too much. There's too much going on. There's too many characters. There's too many plot lines where this is going. We have, like I said, everything that I just mentioned before, it's been crammed into this book. Why not focus first on what's happening here, and then do the god thingy and the stuff in hell with the Locustus later? Just establish what's happening here, show us some action, show us some zombies. So where this is going, you know, with the group that we already know, because there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, well, 5, excluding the bad guy with the ruby, and then the woman with the big titties. Probably she has, well, I guess with a big booty, and then focus on that, you know, and then leave all this souls and Locustus and other stuff out there. Just too much. Just spread it into Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4. Like I said, Aaron does a lot of things good, but it's just at some point it's just getting convoluted, and now I have to wait a couple of years to get the answers that I probably not gonna get. Yeah, or maybe he's just watching this video and maybe he's picking up some of the things that I'm trying to say to him, or not. But that's on him. But you know, overall, I'm willing to pick up Volume 2 because I'm interested. But you know, it needs to be simplified a little bit more, in my humble opinion. So that's my video, guys. Let me know what you think about Immortal Rising. It's not bad. That's what I'm trying to say. But it can be better. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.